And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter along with Keith Fustel. Big show to get to today. Nice 8-race card this afternoon. Beautiful weather at Stronach 5-day. But let's recap all the action yesterday as we kicked off the 4-day race weekend yesterday. We had a 16-year-old win a race here yesterday. The 10-pound apprentice jockey, a 16-year-old, a Columbia, Maryland native, Charlie Marquez, broke his maiden. A nice win on a $13 horse early in the card yesterday.
Yeah, Sierra Leona. We had that one on top at
$13.60
for Phil Schoenthal, who had 2 wins yesterday. I thought Sierra Leona would go to the front. Well, it patiently handled off the pace, made a steady progression. It looked like Kieran's horse, who got bet down pretty good from the inside, looked home free top of the stretch, but kind of got the little staggers the last eighth of a mile up towards the inside. Charlie Marquez, I tell you, he looked pretty good. His seat looks good on a horse. You know, put the stick away with the 16th to go. Good, steady, composed, hand ride late. So, my future looks okay for young Charlie.
Congratulations to the young apprentice jockey yesterday. Congratulations to Phil Schoenthal. He won that race. That was first off the claim. Then he had a nice win in the feature yesterday. Follow the Dog, a Maryland Million winner a couple years ago. Follow the Dog, a nice win in yesterday's allowance feature for Schoenthal.
It always showed some talent, poise, a little rating ability yesterday out there about 3 deep, making the bid stand, and dug in gamely to the wire. Favorite, a little bit of a tricky trip. Papa Czar laid in a little bit late, couldn't get up. But, follow the Dog. Very nice return. First time in the barn.
All right, let's get right to it. Today's Stronach 5-day. The pressure's on. Gave out a winning Stronach 5 ticket last week. Trying to do it back-to-back this week. $100,000 guarantee as always. Now they put over $200,000 into it the past couple weeks with it starting off here at Laurel Park. So there's the tracks participating: Laurel Park, Santa Anita, Gulfstream Park, Golden Gate Fields, and then we wrap it up at Gulfstream Park. Let's show you the lineup of races with the times and everything. Remember, this bet features an industry low 12% takeout. That's why it always pays so big. Paid over $33,000 just a few weeks ago. So it kicks off. Big allowance feature of the day, Laurel Park Race 8 to kick off the Stronach 5 at 3:49 Eastern Time. Then a maiden special weight at Santa Anita is leg B. That's a tricky maiden special weight at Santa Anita. I'm 4 deep in that leg. And then we have Gulfstream Park, nice allowance race going a mile. I have my single in that race. This was a tough Stronach 5. I've been studying it all week. When in doubt, I single on Todd Pletcher and Johnny Velasquez with the 4 Blue It. Leg C, that's a nice allowance race at Gulfstream Park. I was 5 deep in that race, and I dwindled it down to singling on Todd Pletcher off the layoff with Blue at the Barnes, 29% off the layoff. And then we have Golden Gate Fields. That's a tricky race. I'm 3 deep there. And then another nice allowance race for Florida Breds, going 5 furlongs on the turf at Gulfstream to wrap it up. I go just 2 deep there. I'll show you. Well, let's show you my ticket now real quick. There's my ticket. You can study this ticket online as well, laurelpark.com. Underneath the handicapping section, it's a $72 ticket. My single is leg C. That's Todd Pletcher, the 4 Blue It, 5-2 coming off the layoff. My price is coming to first leg, Keith. I have a 6-1 shot on top. Charge and Storm, you like that horse as well.
Agreed.
I like another closing sprinter in there, the 9 Cerulean Springs at 8-1. And then I think the 8 Marco Island's going to get a beautiful trip. Might just get the jump on both the closing sprinters. From Marco Island probably be in front with McCarthy. But Charge and Storm and Cerulean Springs, they're going to make things interesting in Laurel Park Race 8 to kick off the Stronach 5. So I'm looking for a big knockout punch, 6-1, 8-1. I'm looking for in the first leg of today's Stronach 5.
That's who I have in that race, looking at the picks, 489, 498. I also am going to throw in Showalter in there. I think a bounce-back effort, dropping down a condition from the 3 other than optional to the 2 other than, a little bit of trouble in his most recent start.
Yeah, he scares me. He's dropping. Saratoga Bob is dropping from 3 other than company. It's a tricky upper-level allowance feature of the day. Big 10-horse field. I was initially 4 or 5 deep in it. I dwindle it down to just 3. So we'll get to that. Okay. Let's get right to what else we have today. The Pick 6 carryover is getting up there. That's over 3,100. That'll start race 3 today on the 8-race program. Let's show you a picture of the main track. Perfect weather once again this afternoon here at Laurel Park. If we have a picture of the main track, we'll get you the conditions, and we'll get right to race 1. There's all right, so they have the track sealed right now, and we're going to start out as good.
Yeah, we are. And we're dealing with a situation, Stan, that we had the snow, a little moisture. Now things are starting to warm up a little bit, and we saw the last 2 races yesterday. That track changed. Maintenance crew sealed the track. We went from a fast track to a good and sealed track, and that's what we're going to start out with this afternoon for today's racing card.
Okay, hopefully no more rain, and then we'll update you if the track changes. So let's get right to it here. Race 1, no super high 5. We kick off the early pick 5, mandatory payout on this early pick 5 with that industry low 12% takeout. Let's check out my ticket, $48 ticket. I was ice cold on my tickets yesterday, so hopefully I can sharpen up here a little bit today. I'm 4 deep in the opener, 2, 3, 5, 7. My single, I have a 9-2 single in race 5. It's a nice allowance race for 3-year-old fillies going a mile. The 5 Jara gets a nice class relief today, dropping from grade 2 company last out. Constitution filly for John Service. I'll go with a Jara 9-2 with Trevor McCarthy on top. She's my single. I needed a single somewhere, so I'll pick a 9-2 shot for top connections there in race 5. That's a nice allowance feature of the day there, race 5, to anchor this early pick 5 and early pick 4.
Gotcha. That's a good competitive race, short of field, but some fillies that have some talent look like they're going to be around and maybe move up as they go along in their racing careers. I like Wonder City in that race. I do think the rail horse for Claudio is going to take plenty of play, but I think Wonder City, I was hoping this track be fast. Now we got a little moisture in it, but I'm going to stick with her because that race 2 back works for me.
We have that. Well, okay, we have a video on Wonder City once we get to race 5. She galloped on a muddy track last out, so she'll like an off track today. So lots of videos to get to today. We have lots of videos in the Stronach 5 race 8. But let's start here with the opener. We're going a flat mile. Maiden claiming $25,000 for 3-year-old fillies. I go with the 5 on a scratch. Big late scratch here. Scratched a 4, Lady Fox, who was 2-1. So I end up on the 5, Loa, my top pick from the Trez Abbott barn, the 3-year-old daughter of Declaration of War. Tyler Connor will ride. And this filly, a good third last out against Maiden 40, third behind Wonder City, who would come right back to win. And now Loa dropping to the Maiden 25 today. I think the little drop's going to help and put her right in the winner's circle. So I go with the 5, Loa, on top.
Yeah, my key is, obviously she's up against Wonder City last time out, was well behind her, a little slight drop in class. It's just a time off. Is she going to have just enough finish to get it done? She might. She's a user in here for me. I like Roma Delight to the outside. Kind of backed into this one because of the scratch of Lady Fox, who I like. But Roma Delight for Jeremiah O'Dwyer puts the blinkers back on. This is the first time blinkers on the dirt. I think she's going to be perfectly positioned to the outside. It's a good move. It's a positive ROI kind of move here with the blinkers on for Roma Delight. And Jeremiah O'Dwyer, Patriota Punch, is going to be part of the flow, as is Betha Barra. This is going to be a little bit of a grinding finish, I believe, by a couple of these horses kind of converging down the final 8th of a mile. I don't see any kind of runaway winner in the opener.
All right, so we like the same 4 fillies there in race 1. I use all 4 of them on my early pick 5 ticket. Let's turn the page. The early pick 4 starts race 2. That's a nice nickel starter for filly and mares. You have a ticket. Let's check it out and see how you play it.
Yeah, a little $12 ticket to get you started. 2, 4, 6, kind of chalky all the way through. We're not looking to hit that big home run, but something manageable enough if we can hit for a decent little score, can carry us through the rest of the day. 6 and 7 in race number 3, Case Dismiss and Mighty Talk. 4th race with the 1 and the 3. 5th race, Lucky Trinity and Wonder City. So even if we can get a couple 3-to-1s together, working along, we take $120 out of that $12 investment. We'll run with that, Stan.
You need something early in the day to build on and parlay into that Stronach 5. I'm thinking of going all in on Towson, race 7 to pad my Stronach 5 budget for race 8, or do I just wait for the Stronach 5? We'll see. I'll see how much you like Towson once we get to race 7. But here we go. Race 2, a nice $5,000 starter allowance for filly and mares 4 and up, going a mile. We have a video spotlight here. Let's start here with the 4 Fiduciary Values, 9-5 morning line. In the 6, Sweet Home Dixie, the 2-1 McCarthy on the 6 for Hammy Smith. Hammy Smith, one shy of 2,000. He trains the 6 here, Sweet Home Dixie here. They both are star last out late December.
Yeah, and I tell you, they're going to be close again in the odds. I've got 9-5, 2-1. Yesterday's plan is going to take plenty of play. And these two have met up a couple times with Sweet Home Dixie getting the job done here. Caught him out about 4 wide and just a very determined run. For Sweet Home Dixie. Trevor McCarthy knows her quite well. She's won 4 in a row. She's going to go for 5 straight today. And the 4 might have a little bit more company on the front end this afternoon, Stan, with the 1. Yes, Ms. Zeta might just go ahead and send. And Chevy to the levee has that kind of powerful middle move up at Parks. Will she bring that today and engage the speed? And I tell you what, I'm rooting for the 8. For the 6 Sweet Home Dixie here. Gorey Smith and Hammy Smith. Hammy Smith sitting at $19.99, right? This would be a good one to get over the top. Little family winner here. I'll tell you, they've done a phenomenal job for a long, long time, and you're not going to beat much better people than what you have down there. Hammy and the whole rest of the gang, Gorey, down at the Ellery Training Center.
That's right. Gorey's wife,
Great
Barry,
yep.
down there at the Ellery Training Center, home of the Ellery Trials. So, yeah, homebred here, South Carolina bred, Sweet Home Dixie gets McCarthy. She's won, 4 in a row, a 5-time winner at Laurel Park. So she's one of the – it's a tough race.
It is.
She's tough. Fiduciary Values is going to be tough for Claudio. I go with the 2 on top. Yesterday's plan in solid form since the claim. Mark Reed claimed this filly, 4-year-old daughter of Plan, claimed her for $5,000 off of Claudio last July, gave her a little time off, brought her back, good second, and then a big win. Maryland Million started her handicap going 7 furlongs. She came from the clouds that day for the big win. She came from the clouds last out, going a mile on a sloppy track, got up for a real good second behind Artful Splatter. So Weston Hamilton, he's riding very well right now. This filly's a 4-time winner here at Laurel Park. She likes a fast track, off track, doesn't matter. So I'll go with the 2. Yesterday's plan might slip away because the 4 and the 6 probably take all the money. So if you can get a $7, $8 winner at a race 2, that would be nice. So I'll go with the 2 on top.
Yeah, she works. I'm looking at her maybe to throw in and split the top 2 morning line selections, but we know Sweet Home Dixie likes an off track. There was that moisture in the racetrack. We saw it. Yesterday's plan can certainly handle it, and she's raced back into shape, Stan. And I don't know if they're going to be blazing out there in 46 and change, so she might be laying a little bit closer to this field when they turn for home.
All right, so 2-6 for me, 6-2 for Keith. I used both the 2 and the 6 on my early pick 5. Let's turn the page here. Race 3 kicks off today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. Carryover's getting up there. Let's show you what we have. A little over 3,100. We also start the rolling super high 5 here in race 3. That bet features a low 15% takeout. But let's take a look at the pick 6 carryover. There it is, $3,107 starts in race 3. The jackpot be around $10,000 today when it's all said and done, I think. Let's take a look here at Tim Tulloch's ticket, see how he plays it. $64.80 play. He's 4 deep here in race 3. He uses the 3, 6, 7, and the 8. His single is going to come in race 7. He singles on the 8, Towson. That's my top pick. Towson's my best bet of the day. So I like Towson. We'll see if you like Towson when we get to race 7. So a lot of pressure on Towson in the 7th. Let's take a look here at race 3. We're going 6 furlongs, claiming 5,000 filly mares 4 and up. Wide open nickel here. Yeah. And I have a 10-1 shot on top here in race 3. But let's start with the 6. So the 6 is going to be one of the favorites. Case Dismissed. Now into Mario Saray, Junior Barn, Trevor McCarthy will ride. Let's show you her last out, late December, right here at Laurel Park. A big win. McCarthy aboard this day. He's back aboard today.
Yeah, had a pretty comfortable trip, though, from off the pace. Had to be put to a drive, but it was a contested pace. Prank Call is back in here today. Maybe she'll be out there vying for command along with the 4 Ms. Maserati. They look like the main speed threats in here, but I tell you, she levels off Case Dismissed once she shifts out a little brush and a bump top of the lane. That might have been She-Core there, but I tell you, she sustains under left-handed pressure there, hits the top, and goes away late under a mile drive through the final 70 yards. He's into her pretty good just to about now. Got it wrapped up at the 16th pole. Going to put the whip away like I like seeing it done. Just put that whip away and just cruise home from there with a little bit left in the tank. yeah, she might need a little bit of a setup, but she's proven at the open nickel condition. Mighty Talk certainly going to be tough on the outside here for Jerry Brooks. She's got a little bit of positional speed. She might be in front of Case Dismiss, turning for home, shortening back up just a little bit off of that 6.5 effort. But they went awfully quick. Called a pretty good batch last time in that state bred allowance race.
I like the 6. She'll be one of the mares to beat in here. The 7's going to be tough as well. But the video you just saw there, Case Dismiss, an easy winner, but just 2.5 lengths behind in the fluorescent orange colors of Socorro Stable and trainer Pat McGill. Joyful Noise was a good second behind Case Dismiss last out. Case Dismiss going to be one of your favorites. You get McCarthy, so she'll get bet. But Joyful Noise, a big second in that race last out, is going to go off at a big price. Ricardo Chappie, though, good jockey, rides for Pat McGill. So I'll take a shot here with the two Joyful Noise coming out of that strong race when we'll get a bigger price on her today.
She's definitely a trier. Yes, you are going to get a little bit better price. She might need a little help, but she's had a couple clean trips finally. She was the one that was facing a little bit of bad luck for a couple races in a row. Had some trouble, some steadies a couple races back, right? 4 races back, a steady, but a willing come. She does try. That's the thing. And, you know, sometimes in this game you sit up here, you knock a horse a little bit. Like yesterday, the Crystal Pickett horse. I didn't think, off of Claudio, off of the top, she was going to get it done. But, hey, how about it? Hendaya got it done for Crystal Pickett. So, we are going to be wrong. So it does happen, but that was a gritty effort. Came back, got headed right from the inside from Claudio's horse, and came back to get the job done. She had a long shot run, pretty good in the opener.
Pull off the upset in the opener yesterday. All right, let's take a look here at the third. Well, we did. We're done the third. I go 10-1 shot on top, but they have to beat Case Dismiss and the 7 Mighty Talk there in the third. Let's turn the page. Race 4 is going to kick off the late pick 5. No carryover. They hit it yesterday, but as always, all the pick 5s here at Laurel Park feature that industry low 12% takeout. Let's take a look here at the 4th. We're going 6 furlongs, 25,000 starter allowance, 4 and up. Never won 2 are the conditions. I have the 3 on top. Let's start here with the 1, though. You have the 1 Mystic Times on top. We have a video. 4-year-old son of Tisdale. We have a video of his last race, a sharp effort at this level back in mid-December.
Got away at 9-1 off of it. Okay number, but improving number. Mystic Times has gotten better and better recently, and I think he can maybe take one more step. Ziggy Mon's going to desperately hold on here by a nose, but Mystic Times very game to the wire. I don't necessarily need, he showed he didn't need the lead. He's going to have to get position. He doesn't really want a hiccup from the rail, but very determined. It just misses, loses the bob. Ziggy Mon came back and ran a good race in that next condition, ran a 66 buyer. I think high 60, low 70 is going to have to be the number to win it. Certainly Noble Way, second time off the claim, might be able to turn the tables from that maiden score of Mystic Times a couple races back. Good little horse race here again. And you've got a Claudio off the claim. This 2-horse, it might bring a ton of speed to the table. That might have been just a slop-induced kind of a race last time, ridden out. You see the short comment, but you got to pay attention with Claudio off the claim. He's been deadly off the claim over the last how many years, but even especially the last couple of weeks.
All right, so Mystic Times is going to be tough. I use the 1 and the 2. Now, Freddie Paltroche, he's going to have Weston Hamilton and Sheldon Russell all over him down the backside, and Trevor McCarthy is going to be spying him, but McCarthy's probably going to get a perfect stalking trip on the 6 Casper Slough. But I go with the 3 Noble Way on top, a big sharp win. First off the claim for Dale Capuano. Last out, they stepped up to the maiden 40, and he goes right to the front, going 7 furlongs from the 3-hole. He gets a 73 buyer speed figure. Now, Gallerio came back and got in all kinds of trouble yesterday.
He did. He was in everybody's pocket. Yep.
Yeah, Galleria all kinds of trouble yesterday. But Noble Way, that was a sharp win first off the claim. Finds a nice starter allowance condition today because he debuted for the maiden 25. Russell back aboard. So I think this nice claim here for Dale Cap and Eddie Schuler.
You got it.
And we like the same 4 there in race 4. Let's get a quick commercial break. Nice allowance race in race 5. The Stronach 5 starts in race 8. We'll check it all out right after this.
When it comes to getting back in the game, there's only one team to turn to. The team more high school, collegiate, and professional athletes train and recover with. That team is MedStar Sports Medicine. For more than 30 years, MedStar has served as a leader in the diagnosis, treatment, and rehabilitation of orthopedic and sports-related injuries. Ranked among the top programs in the Maryland and Washington regions, we offer rapid access to athletes of all levels. Let the pros who treat the pros treat you. MedStar Sports Medicine.
Okay, welcome back. Late pick 4 starts race 5 today. We're going a flat mile, nice first level allowance condition for 3-year-old fillies, optional claiming $62,000. Let's start with the 2, Wonder City for trainer Cal Lynch. The barn had a big year last year, especially with their young horses, and Cal Lynch and the X-Man Xavier Perez are hitting at 35% recently in a positive ROI. Let's show you this filly, 3-year-old daughter of City Zip. Let's show you her race mid-November right here at Laurel Park on a fast track.
Was able to get good position early, only a couple lengths off at the end of the turn, then relaxed, spying the leaders, Good Life, Cider, and Princess Katie out there 3 wide. Patriotic Punch was really under a drive. So boxed in, but very patient. Wonder City is going to be able to get out top of the stretch about 4 wide. Not going to be able to get the better of Good Life, Cider this day, but this was a good strong run through the final eighth of a mile, I thought, and came back. Something the wind stepped up to the maiden special weight and got it done on a muddy sealed surface, maybe something a little bit more similar. But this fig works. Last time out, it was a tough little gauge. You saw a slight drop in the fig, but that could have just been due to that track was a little bit heavier that afternoon. Wonder City putting it together, proving at this distance. Yeah, Lucky Trinity is going to take a lot of play, but I think we can bounce back with a stronger effort today. Wonder City can even improve off the maiden score, and I think, again, I don't want to see her too far back turning for home. And looking at it, I wouldn't mind seeing the X-Men being a little bit aggressive, put her right into the race early on.
She'll be tough. That was on a fast track. She broke her maiden on an off track, muddy seal track last out. That was late November. We haven't seen her since then, but some decent works here in December at Laurel Park. And the barn off this kind of layoff, they're 23% in a positive ROI. So there's lots to like about the 2 Wonder City, but that was a maiden race. Now steps up to allowance company. She's in for the tag, so the for sale sign is on. The 1 Lucky Trinity didn't run too well last out. That was a tough male and juvenile filly championship. She's going to be one of the favorites, though, today with the Claudio and the Centron factor. I just go with the price play on top here. 9-2 on the 5 Jara. They paid $240,000 for this filly by Constitution. Constitution red hot right now as a sire.
Yeah.
He's a sire of Independence Hall, right? For Trombetta, out of a good mare, and the filly, she ran well in debut, sprinting last October as a 2-year-old maiden special weight, a good third that day, and then they stretched her out to a mile in her second start. She ran a big race against maiden special weight. Got beat a nose, but got put up for the win that day. Then they tried, they got confident. They tried the Grade 2 company last out early December, going 9 furlongs at Aqueduct in the Demoiselle. She was 57-1 in that race, so that race was too tough. Easier spot today. McCarthy takes the call for John Service, and since that disappointing effort against Grade 2, you do see some recent works in December. A nice half mile, 47-1, December 23rd, and then comes right back a week later, a half mile, 49 up at Park. So normally I don't like to pick horses off of bad races like the Demoiselle for Jara, but John Service veteran trainers come right back and put a couple nice works into her. So I'll take a shot with the 5 on top here.
Okay, and Lucky Trinity. Let's not leave out the favorite.
Sure.
Couldn't deal with Hello Beautiful last time out
Naughty
in the Maryland.
Thoughts.
Naughty Thoughts came back to run a good number, but I think the mile is definitely workable here. Candy Ride on the bottom side. Another made a good middle move to get the job done in debut 3 races back. I think Lucky Trinity, you got to use Claudio, just a little slightly chilly, to start the year. But, Cintron lines up here. And the 3, Long Point Beach, behind Lucky Trinity, a couple races back in that maiden try in early November. Stretching out the last couple years, Lacey Gaudet 3 for 17 and 7 for 17 in the money. So an 18% winning clip, sprint to routes on the dirt with the 3-year-olds. So I think this horse is another one that's going to improve this afternoon.
All right, nice group of 3-year-old fillies, allowance runners going a mile. Race 5, let's turn the page here. Race 6 to kick off the final Pick 3 of the afternoon. We're going 6 furlongs. Maiden claiming 10,000. Filly mares 4 and up. I go the 4-1 shot on top. Charlie Marquez, the 16-year-old, broke his maiden yesterday, so he's confident. He's riding well as a 10-pound bug. And this filly only has to carry 113 today for trainer Wayne Potts. So I think the weight off is going to help. She has a little early speed. I think she'll get a nice stalking trip on the outside. I like the nice light weight assignment, 113 here with the 10 Honorable Prophet.
Yeah, Silver Sides is going to be my top selection, chalking it up here 9-5 on the line. I'm just, she's had a lot of tries. Yeah. I think she might just have the field that's going to burn themselves out enough when the time they hit the 8th pole when she's able to kind of roll on by, because you're going to have plenty of speed in her, early speed. Beautiful Estrella wants to go. One Odd Story, the 10 Honorable Prophet out there. So I think Silver Sides will be able to kind of get in a position around the turn and hopefully find a cleaner trip than last.
Yeah, she's your deserved favorite. She's the horse to beat. I use her second, but she's in at 123. The only reason I picked the 10 over the 5 is the 10's getting 10 pounds lighter.
Yeah.
Silver Sides has to carry 123, but she'll be tough. We like the same 4, it looks like, there in race 6. Let's speed along here. Race 7, lots of pressure on Towson here. In race 7, we're going a mile, claiming 5,000 filly mares 3 and up. Never won 3 lifetime. I have the 8 on top. You have the 8 on top. Tim Tulloch singles on the 8,000. She's my best bet of the day. It just looks like she's found the right group today for trainer Claudio Gonzalez. Angel Cruz will ride. Let's show you her last race, December 22nd here at Laurel. At this, at the 3 Life nickel level, going a mile. Big second this day, just gets beat a neck.
This is the ding-dong battle from the top of the stretch on home. Ravenel looks like she's going to go ahead and hide. She's clear here, coming past mid-stretch, but Towson, no let-up. On the lead, broke a little better than what she's had. She's had a couple poor starts. You see the rank start, steady start, taken up early. She came away cleanly. Cruz, a little bit maybe more experienced rider, got this mare out of the gate cleanly. She said honest fractions, quicker than most of these other horses really have ever seen. They really can't go that 12 clip for the 3/4. So today, I think if she comes away like she did last time, certainly it's her race to lose on the front end. But you put a line through that, all of her other kind of races, they're just average, Stan.
Right.
So we're banking that she comes away cleanly and pair up those two efforts.
Yeah, you hope she doesn't bounce off that lifetime best effort last out. So we both have the favorite on top. The 3, Da Philly, gets 5 pounds off with the Bug Avery Wisman for Sal Ramirez. A good third, comes out of the same Towson race. Da Philly 5 wide at the quarter pole last out. So she's a closer. She'll be a major threat in the final final strides. I'm hoping Towson's just 2 in front and clear with 70 yards to go.
Yeah, and what was the help the blinkers came off last time. That triggers something for her. She definitely ran much better, turned on willingly to the wire. I guess off the claim, I've got to take a look at Peshin Last for Mike Girallis and Mark Lapidus and company. Yeah, back figures kind of work in this group, so they like something off of that sloppy sealed surface. 15-1 last time. You might, I got her lined at 15. I wouldn't take anything less than 10.
Right.
But certainly, Mark's got a real good eye when it comes to claiming horses. So they think they can move her up a little bit, and she certainly should. So.
And you get the hard trying Laurel Glazier.
Yeah.
I like the 7 Patient Last a little bit as well. So we like the same 4 there in order. 8, 3, 7, 2 for you in race 7. Let's turn the page. The big Stronach 5. A lot of national attention on Laurel Park race 8 today. We kick off that popular national wager, the Stronach 5, with that guaranteed $100,000 pool, industry low, 12% takeout. It paid over $1,100 last Friday. It paid over $33,000 a couple weeks ago. Those are the participating racetracks: Laurel Park, Santa Anita Park, Gulfstream Park for races 9 and 10, and Golden Gate Fields. Let's show you the lineup with the times and everything. So it kicks off leg A, Laurel Park, race 8, 3:49 Eastern time, and then leg B at Santa Anita, race 1. That's a nice maiden special weight going 5.5 on the turf. Leg C, nice allowance race at Gulfstream Park, race 9 going a mile. Leg D is a beaten nickel claimer at Golden Gate Fields, race 3 on the Tapeta going 5.5. Then leg E, nice allowance race for Florida bred filly mares going 5 furlongs on the turf. Leg E is Gulfstream Park, race 10. Let's show you my ticket real quick. $72 play. The first leg here at Laurel Park's real tough. Let's pop up the Stronach 5 ticket real quick. There it is, $72 ticket. Race 8 at Laurel Park. It's our feature of the day. Upper level allowance going 6.5. I think there's enough speed in here to set it up for a couple closing sprinters like the 4 Charging Storm and the 9 Cerulean Springs. But the 8 Marco Island just might get too good a trip to get beat with McCarthy. I go 4, 8, 9 to kick it off. Then I'm 5 deep at Santa Anita. That's a tough maiden special weight, 5.5 on the turf. I go against the 1 Malibu Cat, who's going to be one of the favorites coming off the layoff. But I go 2, 5, 6, 7. I needed a single somewhere, so win or doubt, single on Todd Pletcher at Gulfstream coming off the layoff. He's 29%. That's what he's doing with the 4 Blewett, who gets the Hall of Famer Johnny V to ride his 6-year-old son. Uncle Mo was running very sharp last spring and now comes off the layoff, been training well down there, firing bullets at Palm Beach Downs. So I'll single on the 4 Blewett in race 9 at Gulfstream. That's leg C. Then I go with the 137 at Golden Gate Fields. Then leg E, Gulfstream Park, race 10. The 6 Richie's Sister for Jason Service and Irad Ortiz going to be tough. And the 8 Sweet Yarandera for the new training sensation down there at Gulfstream Park. How about this guy, Safi Joseph Jr., one of your leading trainers down there for the championship meet. So I'll use him with the 8 Sweet Yarandera, 6-8 in the finale. This is a real tough Stronach 5. I was telling you on Thursday. I think
it was like 1,300
my
or something.
initial ticket was 1,300, and I dwindled it down to 1,250, and now I pick a single, and I'm down to $72. I'll likely play a bigger ticket than that. But let's take a look here at race 8, Laurel Park. I'm looking for a price right here in the first leg, going 6.5 furlongs, 2 other than allowance, optional, claiming $35,000. 4 and up. Let's take a look at the 4 Charging Storm and the 9 Cerulean Springs. We both have a 4.983 cold here in race 8. How do you like that?
You got to be kidding me.
Let's check out Charging Storm and Cerulean Springs. Last race, December 20th, at this 2 other than level, going 7 furlongs. They both come late, just like they are today, hopefully. Here they are on December 20th.
Charging Storm at the 6.5, I think, has a little bit more tactical speed than Cerulean Springs. Cerulean Springs a little bit of a deeper closer. But I tell you, X-Men got this horse off the rail a little bit early, a little bit of a pickle at the quarter pole when kind of stymied in between horses, works to the outside, makes a decent run. He's only going to miss by 3 parts of a length. 4 Fortitude did not come back and run real well out of this race. This concerns me a little bit, but I think Charging Storm's improving, and this 6.5 just might be the perfect distance for him. You see Cerulean Springs a little bit late on the scene, rallied up in between horses. Maybe you get a little bit more speed here today. The pace is going to be honest, and I'm thinking like you, Stan. Let's get somebody a little bit from the back of the pack. They don't win a lot. Charging Storm has won once, last year in 2019. Cerulean Springs only 1 win. But the race just might fall into their lap. It's going to be an interesting. I got to get good position. You saw Charging Storm there. Try to hang just a little bit at that 7/8. He's got to time it just right. Hopefully he can get covered up to the quarter pole and then find room. Well,
you get 2 red-hot riders, the X-Man on the 4 Charging Storm and Forest Boy. She's been hot recently as well. She's on the 9 Cerulean Springs. So a 6-1 and an 8-1 shot on top here in the first leg of the Stronach 5. The favorite's going to be the 8 Marco Island, 3-1 morning line. He had a beautiful trip last out. Benintendi had all kinds of trouble breaking from the 1 hole, going 7/8. Let's show you that race. December 15th. It was a first-level allowance condition. Marco Island, just the benefactor of a perfect trip.
Yeah, you see Benintendi kind of in between horses in the silks, or the bluer silks. And Marco Island, I guess the question is, Stan, where'd this race come from? Yeah, no, he's been a gamer, up on the lead, close to the lead, going the mile distance, shortened up at 7. Trevor back on. It's been a while since Trevor rode this horse, but man, he just relaxed right off of an honest pace and asserted himself. Benintendi with a clear trip might have been a little closer. I don't know if he would have beaten Marco Island. A 93 fig. Can he come back to it?
Right.
What clicked that day? You're stepping up. We've always talked the A other than and the 2 other than. It's a jump. And these are some seasoned veterans. He's going to have to make it a move into some good horses. You know Showalter. I don't think he's going to pack it in like he did last time. He had some trouble. He's going to be whistling on the front end. He can carry his speed along with the Tris Abbott horse. Working on a Dream, I think, is going to be there. But no doubt. Can't take anything away from the effort. We've got to see it again. That's why I can't single on that horse, even with that 93.
Sure, but he has been managed perfectly by trainer Mark Reed for owner Smart Angler. A nice campaign last year as a 3-year-old, 11 starts, 4 wins. He was 8 for 11 in the money, made $100,000, and had a little time off in it last fall. Came back with the big race. Well, ran okay mid-November, then came back with the big race we just showed you mid-November. That was 30 days in between races. Coming back in about 25 days, perfect timing with McCarthy. So the 8's going to be tough. The 4 and the 9 are going to be coming late. Showalter's going to have something to say about this race. Showalter likely going to be part of the early pace for Gary Capuano. He's getting 5 pounds off with the Bug Victor Rosales. This 7-year-old's dropping from 3 other than. He's dropping back to this 2 other than condition. Last time he was in for 2 other than, it was a big second and a big win the time before that. So Showalter, when he's on his A game, he's very game. The 6.5 might be just a skosh outside his comfort level.
Yeah, he's going to carry it a lot further today. I can forgive him for that last race. Usually he bounces right back up off the mat, but he's been awfully good. You say an 88, 3 races back, I think, in this same condition. And Mark Reed, he's done a great job managing Marco Island and the whole barn. Oh, the old vet, he's been strong here of late. That barn's you've always got to kind of watch out for them.
Right. Some other tough horses in here that might be part of the early pace. The 1 factored in for Carlos Mencia, Fergal Lynch. The 5 working on a Dream. Second off the layoff for Trez Abbott. And maybe some speed on the outside. Well, Saratoga Bob, another dropper. He's a closer.
He was up too close last time. They went slower early. He just had no punch after that. You're going to see him to resort to his closing tactics, I would think. And here, his top puts him in there. Yeah,
he's dropping Saratoga Bob with Toledo aboard. So
very good horse race to wrap up your card. I can tell you that.
And in a competitive, tough 10-horse field to kick off that Stronach 5 Laurel Park race 8 today. Start studying. That's it. We're out of time. Dave Rodman coming up next with today's scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.